Endlessly I roam my inner wilderness, picking moments from life's grays and browns, reminiscing, reflecting, reacting to being alive. The rustle of dry twigs under my bare feet. Far out on the burnt hillside, a forest fire glows. The art of self-destruction. No one does it better. I have mastered the craft with great skill. A craft not easy to master, mind you. Working each stitch carefully into another, I knit a brilliant pattern together. And once it is there, this enviable piece of work, I pick at one loose end, and my creation threatens to fall apart. Amused and intrigued, I start pulling at it and watch how stitch by flimsy stitch the unstringing begins. I smile to myself and keep going further. How effortlessly the links come apart, with what ease the pattern disintegrates. This fragility offends me. Alarmed, yet curious to see how far I can destroy it, I go on and on until the whole thing falls into a disassembled heap. Elated, I sit again amidst the debris of another relationship. Starkly in the night, the halogen lamp exposes my solitude. Suddenly I'm aware of choices I did not make, and gratefully returned to my inner self, the one sanctuary where I can afford to stray beyond sanity. Night of reflecting. A sip of warm sake, my soft black quilt unfolded, the sound of rain. Mind floats through passages of bliss and of pain. A cloud-scribbled sky, the drone of a passing plane. The telephone, stone silent. Head reels with memories, words begin to form and float. A poem happens. My dreams look for the real thing, and my reality chases a dream. I stand alone at end of landscape, where all roads bunch up and knot. Knotted gut, eyes of stone, stare and see nothing. A life is done. Yet afraid of ourselves. All around us, people cheering, leering, and we, like spectacles amidst the madness, trying to live a moment, a glance, a touch, a feeling to hold on to and move on. The last time we sat together waiting for a flight, I remember I had said, there must be another way of living this life. For a long time, you remained silent. Then, without blinking, without turning, said, there isn't. Today you are gone and I'm still running, still trying to prove you wrong. Burnt sunflowers, darkness of the sky, a handful of stones, eyes filled with mist, and a few poems. All these the things I cherish. Burnt sunflowers, darkness of the sky, a handful of stones, eyes filled with mist, a few poems, and a smile on the lips. I float on your arm and try not to think. You sit in stillness, holding myself. One candle between us and the world beyond. You are there for me. Will always be there when the lights go out. Why is it? Why is it that I still wait for someone? It's a sick state of limbo. Mind clamors for clarity. All nerves tangle in a nauseating bundle. Brain cells float in stagnant water, the foggy raw material. Stomach coils into itself, recedes. Thought process jams up, grinding to a halt. The state of indecision, a miserable form of slow death. There it comes again, the old sick sense of doom. Death pangs begin. Cold, hard fingers clutching at the third stomach, center point of consciousness, start to drag me down, deep down within, towards a dark steel edge, sinking, sinking. I strive to balance my wrecked fragile nerves on razor blades of destruction. Nothing can help me now. Nothing. You'll have to leave me to myself here. You could have helped had you gone away earlier. A child and a camel walking across the green marsh, enormous by the sea. A near perfect visual. Suddenly, the child slips. slides down the squishy earth, disappears. The camel, it does not go across either. It just sits there in the quagmire, the spot where the child sank, and looks out at the sea. You have grown silent, distant. You no longer share or seek my eyes. Frighteningly together, how bluntly you have cut yourself from yourself. I look for the madness in your eyes and find a cold, vacant stare. You are no longer the man I have loved. At last you have set me free. Do spirits ever cross your room in the night? Like at times you lie suddenly awake in stunned silence against the backdrop of a heartbeat, waiting for it to happen, something of the unfathomable, the dreaded occurrence that sets your heart pounding, a soundless fiction, its deathly beat drumming. Spellbound, you stare at the ceiling, wait, and then it happens. Someone touches you gently on the arm and then just walks away. Have they ever? Do spirits cross your room in the night? Wrap me up in cotton and carry me to the dark waterfront where the old church stands forgotten. Put me down at the wooden threshold below the steep walls that hang enigmatic over a purple wilderness. Leave me here and go away. This place I enter alone. Step inside the vast empty shrine. No lights here, no orchestra, no sermons, no priest. Just stripped naked walls and a stillness of centuries, broken occasionally by the flutter of white pigeons across high bay windows. In the back, the deep, gurgling sea. Dark, dusty benches lie in rows, untowed. Bare and brazen stands before me the untouched altar. Time and again my restless soul has dragged me here, looking for answers to unasked questions. Time and again I have straggled on my feet, stood bewildered at the abandoned crucifix, lighting one single candle, waiting to confront him. This is my sanctuary. Here my God belongs only to me. I left the door wide open when I stormed out of the church. Through the squall, I walked all night barefoot on the shore. High winds crashing through darkness, wild sea beating at my toes. One crazy streak of thunderbolt hounding me like a madman's eye. I walked the sinking sands all night, waiting to confront you. I knew you were there somewhere. You goddamn knew it was me. They dumped their nets, the fishermen, and bolted towards sanity. It rattled and creaked all night, the door. Reckless winds shrieked through shattered windows, rocked the barren altar. A yellow lamp swayed, spilt light around. From corner to corner of tall, damp walls darted white pigeons seeking asylum from a hostile sea. Drenched to the bone, I stumbled in at your door, hoping for once to find you. Instead, got knocked around by emptiness. Hiding someplace, weren't you? For once you should have had the gall to confront me. For once you could have come clean with me. I live this life a vagabond, rootless, treeless, fruitless. Rain brings back moments we could have shared, a life missed out. My baby glows a glassy blue, like fish on dark rocks at sea. On moonless nights, when the tide is low, I come and sit on this hillside, gazing at the ocean, this endless deep, filling my breath with cold, damp earth. A coldness and dampness that seeps through my skin like unreal experience. The sensation of a small chilled body placed on a stiff thigh. I freeze, even in remembering. Hold my hand, will you? Stay close. Don't go. No, we won't get into this, not now. We'll drive these images away, rake them out from corroded interiors of the mind, set them free on the wind, and start again somewhere. Somewhere here, somewhere now. This midnight, this perfect grey moment, this moonless reality of being alive. Alive and together on this wind-blown hill, sharing the fleeting light, making eternal these moments, freezing them in memory. Down by the sea, in the distance, lie amazing on dark rocks, brilliant streaks of light, tiny silver blue living beings, perfectly dead, yet glowing. Strip the night of should-bes. Push it to the edge. See if it splits. Let it shatter. Destroy if it has to. But live with me one moment. One moment of madness. This one moment of truth. Two strangers we, charred by night, rain, uncertainty, stumble into each other on melting sands of desire, become one with cloud, mud, sea. Two strangers we. Tell me I can fly. I may not go nowhere. It's just necessary for me to know you won't drag me by my feet and sit on my wings. Across the bridge, distant lights, fog, fields, fireflies. In the air, a wetness of winter nights. A city of old acquaintances. I'm leaving behind lights and coming home to you. In sheer brilliance they moved, unlike peacocks, together in a herd, gliding the glorious light. Flat on their toes and breeze swept, it was the way they held their necks. Flung into brightness against the yellow mustard field, feathers quivered, spread their blues and their greens. I stopped the car and watched in disbelief. With what elan the peacocks crossed the street. Then stillness stirs, and the night moves beyond sleep. When in the dark, motionless, I sit in bed, you beside me, asleep. That's when I need to reach out, just after we make love, or perhaps after we don't. For that something. There's this absence, this moth-eaten, gnawing sense of the missing. I can't remember since when. Beyond the balcony, where I see the sea, faint appear traces. I move out of bed and start to rummage. I know it's here somewhere, buried under stacks of loose sheets and the chaos of togetherness. Something of what is still called me. There's a bird in my ceiling. I can hear it. In the still of the night, when the sea grows silent, I hear cemented feathers quiver. Species of the wind, creature of the sky, trapped within wrought iron, the leaded spirit tremors to fly. Stone still, I lie, awake in my bed, stunned by the sequence building around me, the concrete scenario caving me in. I have built myself a room in which I can now never sleep, 'cause I know it's there, the bird in my ceiling, cemented and bricked in. Love doesn't come easy, does it? You keep drifting between the yearning for freedom and the craving for bonding, the eternal longing for both. It's the same city again. The familiar traffic light. There's something about the air. The winter. I feel it coming. I have no memories here. All is gone, as if to another world. Yet one image lingers in the mind. I try to recognize it. Is it part of my life? From a film I have seen? Or was it a sepia-toned impression captured by an unknown photographer? The fog slowly moves, covers the concrete. The cows have all been driven away from the main roads. The light is different now, like it was that one winter night. Your face in the car window, the dark glass moving up, slowly shutting me out from your life. I stand at the traffic light and forget to walk at the walk sign. It's uncanny how the pain comes back, raw, real. The pain I felt on leaving you and going away to another man. Sometimes you let loose. Just let them flow, out of control, purposeless. The conspicuous quink runs down the smooth white executive bond. Let it spill. Track down forbidden interiors of your subconscious mind. And suddenly it is all there, in blue and white, the things you've been running away from. Night of conflicting sensibilities. I walk through boulevards of lights and anonymity, through dilapidated exteriors, expressionist red and black fire exits, letting my defenses down. I unguard myself, and it happens. In a single moment of correctness, it falls in place in one glance. I enter a collage of alien faces and suddenly belong. This is the Poet's Cafe. Here's where I have always been. On the brink of a winter fog, Assyrian women mourners, shrouded in black, fling sudden white hands to sky, dancing in their inner squares. Soft, hard, and liquid contours gather their pale feet, wailing on the inside, beating their breasts to silent drums. Drums which later will beat loud and wild in the empty room of my solitude. I will then go join them in their lamenting, beat with them my blues, and find my unchalked squares in the green night. I have a melody in my pulse. The rhythm of the cosmos runs down here. You could hear it if you would hear with your fingertips. Do you look at the stars and see them without eyes? There are sounds here. Hear them? When you touch stone or gravel, leaf or wind? Do you feel the translucence of your soul? Do you touch earth when you walk? Touch life as you live? Are you when you are? Once again, the rain seeps through my skin, sinks into my soul, changes the texture of my life. Within me, the silence of derailed trains, distant rumble of a gathering storm, foreboding of unsettling winds, traces of unmarked wanderings. Your face is a metaphor for living. In your eyes, I learn language. Night of conflicting sensibilities. I walk through boulevards of lights and anonymity, through dilapidated exteriors, expressionist red and black fire exits, letting my defenses down. I unguard myself, and it happens. In a single moment of correctness, it falls in place in one glance. I enter a collage of alien faces and suddenly belong. This is the Poet's Cafe. Here's where I have always been.